what's going on in my house, and I did invite John early this morning to step in. And so I don't know if the dog is being affected by any activity. I have no idea. But he waited until the video started to complain, which is weird. I don't know. There's been some questions as to, was it absolutely necessary for John Singleton to pass? Could he have been saved? You know, given proper timing and proper medical care? Or was he disposed of like trash, hoping that he would get sick? Was it revenge? Or was it just a series of circumstances that led to all of this going awry? We're going to take a look at that today. And we're going to invite John in to participate in this reading. And before I get started, I have my book here in case I need it for something. Before I get started, thank you, sweeties. I want to be able to tell you to email me for your own personal reading at psychictracybrown@yahoo.com. That is psychictracybrown@yahoo.com, right? But also, I have an announcement. I have a beauty product that I have created for you guys. And I have used it on myself for 6 months. And for the past 2 months, I have given it away and required some testimony as to how people feel about the product. It is CBD oil infused. It is a spray bottle. You can even consume this. You guys know me. When I make something, it is not chemicals. You can consume this. It has CBD oil, vegetable glycerin, and spring water. And this product takes away the need for Botox. It fills out your face, takes away your wrinkles, makes you appear so much more vibrant, younger, happier. And I've been using it for 6 months, and you guys are always asking me, what do you use on your face, Tracy? How do you keep yourself so young? This is not the reason why I keep myself so young. There's another product that's coming after this that's going to be the real reason. But this was an accidental find. And because it was an accidental find on my part, I was like, other people need to know about this. So, this is the packaging. I'm really good at packaging, as you guys know when I create the kits. By the way, you can still order the kits. The kits come in a very similar packaging, by the way. And for right now, they are 2 for $25. Well, but Charma, I'm selling it to everybody. I want no one to crack anymore. And this CBD oil infusion takes away the need for Botox, gets all of this, gets all of your neck, takes care of the line in your breast, especially older women. As you get older, there's these weird lines that come. And also takes care of aging hands. All right? Now, I created this project because even though black don't crack, which I hear you, I started to get little wrinkles around my eyes. And I was like, God, please don't let that happen. Please don't let me get those little wrinkles around my eye, because that means I would need surgery. They would have to, cut. And I was like, God, please don't let that happen. And right after I asked God to not let it happen, this idea came to me. My poor dog, I don't know what the problem is, but I don't think she's feeling well. In any case, they're being sold 2 for $25. So, invest in beauty. All right? We are going to look at John Singleton. And we are going to see what happened to John Singleton. Yes, the elasticity in your neck, especially for members that get more mature in life, right? And it stretches your neck out. My neck is plump, but when I begin to lose weight, you could see how it folds, and it prevents the folding. So, it's CBD oil infusion, and I have to tell you, CBD oil is the miracle answer to almost everything. I've decided to use it for beauty. All right? So take a moment and invest in yourself, and let me know how it works for you, but you're gonna love it. I've been using it for 6 months, every single night. Now I keep it in my car so that when I wash my hands, I don't use cream anymore. I just use the spray, and it keeps my hands from aging. It's a non-aging product. I suggest that young women use it so that they don't age, and I suggest mature women use it to stop or reverse the aging. However, I've given it to men, and the men love it. The men, they're like, my face is so much smoother. And one of the clients said it took away her acne. I was like, what? I was so happy to hear that. She's like, Tracy, I suffer from acne, and it's preventing the acne from coming through. Oh, that made me really happy to hear that. So, can you guys hear me? Let's be clear about what I'm about to do. Can you guys hear me? Can everyone hear me? Can you all hear me? Yep. Yes. 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 I know I speak softly, so I'm trying to get better at yelling, but sometimes when I yell, and I'm yelling at you guys, but when I'm just talking, I actually talk very softly. Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about John Singleton. Please talk to me about John Singleton. John Singleton, please come through. Please allow me to talk through you. Please allow me to see everything and anything that you would like for me to see with God's permission. Please help me, Father God. Please provide me with some answers. What happened to John? I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen. 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 Guys, let's get this party started. What happened to John Singleton? What happened to John Singleton? The first thing I'm getting is there was a need to clear away any obstacles. There's a need to clear, there was a cover-up. There was a cover-up, but why? There was a cover-up. They're saying go where the smell is. Go smell it. Go smell it. I don't know what this means, guys, when I get stuff like this. He's saying I was not protected. And he was given the wrong guidance. Go where the smell is. All right, John. I never get letters ever, but I'm going to say the letter W matters. The color yellow matters. Flowers matter. John is saying it was a tangled web that he could not get from under. He was not protected. He was not given proper guidance. And he was an obstacle. He was a blockage or an obstacle of some sort. He's saying this comes in a form of love, and I'm going to stick to that. This comes in a form of love, love energy, passion, someone that is either a holy roly or becomes a holy roly. Someone that is either was or becomes or calls out like God or Jesus way too much. It's like all of a sudden you're a roly-poly, something like that, right? It absolutely has to do with someone that that he was in a relationship with. Someone that thought that they would be together forever. They were on two separate playing fields. They weren't even in the same land, right? But he was in a relationship with this person. Although I believe this person had a lot of hope in getting this to the next level, meaning hopefully marriage. This person believed that they were going to get married to him. But this person is, unfortunately, this person is crazy. Like, you don't even understand how crazy this person. This person is so crazy that they look and act normal. And the more you speak to them, the crazier things come out of this person's mouth. I have to tell you, I believe a decision was made early on. I also believe that the decision was made kind of like this, right? The decision was made to say, if he ever gets sick again, I'm not helping him. Something like that, right? I like to tell someone, no, I'm not going to say it. Jesus Christ. All right, I hear you, God. I feel like the person that did this executed this a year prior. A year prior, the person that did this executed this. These cards aren't trying to stay still. It could be someone that is either a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or someone who has a baby. Out of all the cards, the women, the Queen of Pentacles in some decks is literally a pregnant woman. So someone has a baby. They were absolute lovers, but this woman wanted to be much more than that. Who is that? John's time was limited. Even if he didn't know it, it was limited. He had gotten sick a year prior, and it was from that sickness his time was limited. There is someone else in the picture, unless John is a King of Cups. Does anybody know John's sign? Let me look it up with you guys. Oh, yes, his youngest child is 1 year old, right? Oh, January. Okay. So there is a man that knows more than meets the eye. The King of Cups. This King of Cups is next to either this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman, or this woman that is pregnant or had a baby. Whoever this woman is, she's been complaining to this person for a year. This might have been an alternate relationship of this woman. Might have been. What time is it? Hold on, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't, listen, it's very important to understand what I'm trying to tell you. I don't believe, okay, I believe there was an execution of something a year prior. And I feel like it's just someone that feels like they weren't treated well. And I feel like the person was like, if this ever happens again, I'm not going to be the one to save him. I'm not going to be the one to do right. Right? If he gets sick again. That's what I'm getting. I think this relationship might have gone on for about 18 months. No more than 2 years. And I think the whole time they were on separate islands, right? Like, you know how you could be with someone and you could sit on the same sofa and it's like, are we in a relationship even? That's what I'm getting. You know what I mean? This is someone that was supposed to walk away, did walk away, they did separate, came back again, wanted the rest of her life to be with him, but it was topsy-turvy, constantly topsy-turvy. There's also something here about money, meaning the presumption of money is what kept the person there. There's a man involved. There's a man here. There's a man here. You know what? Whatever's going on here, why is my cards falling all over the place? I feel like John's death was happiness. I honestly feel like people got what they wanted. There's a woman here, there's a man here. I can't take this. And it's bigger than you and I. definitely a relationship. Definitely the relationship had to do with a very sneaky woman. John had no idea. Even if he suspected, he pushed it aside. He was too busy working, too busy processing things inside his head to see that the very relationship that he was in was dangerous for him. Guys, oh man, I'm telling you, there's a man involved. I'm telling you, probably his very last relationship with the woman that he had a baby with, absolutely. Somehow or another, she's in this mix, right? He was dropped off at the hospital, and to this day, they don't know how he got there, but to be honest with you, you know, the hospital has cameras, so I'm not getting it. I'm not getting all of that. A man took him to the hospital. I'm not sure if he was in an Uber. I'm not really clear about all those details. What I can tell you is that he was dropped off at the hospital, somebody needs to check the cameras. There was a man responsible for bringing him to the hospital and then dropping him off, not a woman. The woman was responsible for not getting him proper care sooner. The man told another man. And although I know his last series is, what is this? Something about his last series, something about Snowfall, has something to do with him not being here as well. Not the series, but somebody that either worked on a series or was on a series. There's a connection with someone on Snowfall. The man that I'm talking about might be from Snowfall. You know, production, actor, I'm not really sure. Whoever the woman is, they became friends from, whoever the woman is, they became friends. All right, I'm just gonna say it. Whoever the woman is, the woman befriended somebody on his latest series. And when this went down, I have to be honest with you. I know this sounds really crazy, but I really feel like somebody from the series of Snowfall was even okay with him passing. Or was looking forward to it. Or was told something's wrong, and together the male and female delayed getting him some help. I do feel like he was on the verge of, at the very least, looking like he was dying. At first I feel like he was sick, but then I believe he was on the verge of looking like he was dying, and that's when they took him to the hospital. The woman did not go. It was executed by the woman, and the man took him to the hospital. His mother shows up here somehow, and he was sick prior. He was sick prior to dying, like a year or two prior. His mother shows up here. She's offering him something. I think she's either trying to encourage him to take his meds or something like that. And I'm not confident he kept himself healthy enough, meaning he may not have been taking his meds. I think his mother was trying to encourage that. I also think, although I do believe no one believed he was going to die, I think in the back of the mom's mind there was something there that, like, if you're not taking your meds, what do you think is going to happen, right? And yet you don't believe it at the same time. Like, I had a friend that passed from cancer. I swear to God, I saw him getting sick and literally dying, and I didn't believe he was dying. So it's just a weird thing that goes on. I don't think John was taking his meds. You know, I honestly believe like 5 weeks prior he was getting sick. I think he was having complications like stomach aches and diarrheas and headaches. I think there was something unraveling 5 weeks prior, which is why I believe the woman that he was closest with, the last woman that he was with, I think it was at that point that she was like, if he gets sick, I'll be damned if I help him. You know, and I also believe within the last 2 months, their relationship was at their worst. It was definitely someone very, very close to him. I'm wondering if there was supposed to be another baby here. I get either back-to-back babies or something to that effect. I'm wondering if there was supposed to be another baby here. You know, John is saying, I see it now. I didn't see it then. He's saying I would have never seen any of this. He just didn't have it in him to see. You know, it's really weird though, John, because you write about the hood and you write about the very thing and the very types of people that took you down. So how could you not see this? Oh my God, John. There's a lot of greed that we know in the media that's going on. Everybody's like, gimme, gimme, gimme. There's a lot of fighting. One person comes out shining. But I do believe that no matter how you slice it, I do believe that monies have to be distributed. Something has to be distributed. Or else it's a contentious fight that will just go on for the next 6 years. You know, I have to be honest with you. This did not happen to John over money. This was a lover's revenge. And not murder, like deliberate, but maybe deliberate. Like, it's really hard to tell. Like when you just don't care about somebody and you know the person is sick. You know the person is sick and you walk out. Isn't that a presumption of murder? And then you come back and it's like, oh, he's in a hospital. And then you're like, oh my God, he's in a hospital? But you left him sick. How does the cops handle that weird space? Like, what is that? What is that weird space when you just don't care about somebody, but you know that they're sick? What is that? You know what? It's murder. It's true and true. It's murder. Maybe you can't prove it the same way. Yeah, feeling like you're not obligated to do something, but you know he is sick. So you know what? Maybe, young lady, maybe you are going to get away with this. Maybe you are. But it's spiritual murder. And you will not get away with this forever. You can't get away with this forever. Maybe the cops won't pick you up. Am I noticing that? No. The cops aren't gonna pick her up. No. Maybe. No, if she winds up in some stuff, it's not gonna be because of John, it's gonna be because of something else. And the only way that this could turn out to be a murder case is if they find that guy. If they find that guy and he talks, she goes to jail. By the way, he talked to a guy. She also talked to a female. Way after his death, she told someone what was going down. Any questions? His mom, I have to tell you, his mom is heartbroken. I think to this day she's heartbroken. In a weird kind of way, she wants victory. She doesn't know how to get it. She is heart today. This is not anything that she's going to get over. I think, and when I say get over, I mean the death of her son. All right? She is heartbroken. This is her only child. John is telling his mom he loved her dearly. Why did you two stop? God, don't do this. I'll just finish it on Periscope. John is telling his mom he loved her dearly. He loved her. He is saying, I don't know. He's saying he didn't display it. He wasn't like, hey mom, you're the best. Like, he wasn't that way. But he is saying she was everything. All right? He is saying there's nothing that she did not offer up that he could accomplish. If he thought it, she said do it. She had good work ethics that she put inside of him, and she got him to understand, you work for it, you can have it. He is saying, I'm sorry that I hurt you. So, I'm going to repeat this again. His only regret, and this is in hindsight, this isn't at the time, I don't think he would have said this. His only regret is not marrying his first baby's mother. He never got married, right? I think that's his only regret. He is saying to his first baby mama, I love you. Not past tense. He's saying, I love you. He is also saying there is no way he could have been better for you. He said once fame hit and the women came around, like, he couldn't help but love how much they loved him. Even if it seemed like he was very grounded, inside He was very, very enamored with fame. He said, y'all didn't really see what was inside of me. He said, I loved the attention. Oh, wow. John. He's saying in his lifetime he loved two people, his mother and the first baby mama, and that's it. He said many others held space with me. He said, I'm honored to have had all those children. He says, I'm honored. There's a special place that he has with everyone. The only other one he's bringing up is, okay. The only, what? What? The only other one that he's bringing up, that I feel like either she saw the abusive way toward her. When I say abusive, he was not physically harming anyone. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's so abusive to think you're in a relationship with someone and you're not. And so there's one child out there, female daughter, her mother, he has regret that he did not treat her better. He has regret that he didn't treat her better. And he, you know what he's also saying? I don't know about the other women, but he said, Nettie, yes, Nettie, the dark-skinned one. Yes, he has regret that he did not treat her well, and he has, but she escaped. She was like, I can't, I'm out. And he has regret that he did not treat the first baby's mother well. They were the, I'm not trying to put anybody down, but those two were the honorable women. You know what he says? He said, you guys never heard a word from those two women about him. Never heard a word. Never. They didn't talk about family to friends. That they were the two that just shut things down. They were the two that were like, you know what? It was a good run and I'm okay. I'm okay with all of it. Think about it. Those two never said two words. I'm sorry. How many children does John have? Because there were 3 that were trifling. 3 women that were trifling. And none of them look alike. That's the other thing about John. He didn't have a type. John! He just loves women. 3 were trifling. 3 were hella trifling, like really, really bad. Came in his space because there was the ability to be, I guess, taken care of, or even a come up even, or maybe one or out of the 3, 1 or 2 of them wanted to be in some of his movies or something like that. Yeah. One of them wanted to be in, you know, any of his movies at the time. I don't think any of his shows. He had a problem with one brother, King of Pentacles, and he has regret. They didn't talk for a while. They almost didn't talk for 8 years. I don't know who this guy is. He's a King of Pentacles, very powerful figure. He is saying, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. They had a big blowout, and he is saying, I'm sorry. I don't know who it is. shit. Whoever this guy is, John is saying whoever this guy is, he was almost taken out years ago by this guy. That he did see. He couldn't see women coming for him, but he saw this guy, King of Pentacles, very, very powerful figure. Almost had to lay low for a while because of this King of Pentacles. John had to get out of the limelight. Did anybody notice that? For a long time, his reputation stayed in the mist, but he had to get kicked out. He had to pull himself out because of his King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn man. I do not believe that this person is white. I believe this is a man of color or a black man, King of Pentacles. Probably has a daughter at the time. The daughter might have been 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 at the time of this blow up. Just trying to give you guys an idea, not that anything happened. I'm just saying, John didn't do it, like John's not that type, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of who the person might have been if they had a child young at the time. Whoever this guy is, the King of Pentacles, John is saying there was a possible hit on him like 8 years ago, which is why he laid low. I'm telling you guys. And whatever the conflict was, it wasn't that big. It wasn't supposed to go there. And I know you all believe that John is like this, sweet, adorable guy, and he never had conflict with anybody. He had conflict with someone, and it was bad. Over nothing. It wasn't over anything. It might have been over money, might have been over a project that never went anywhere. Does that help? They were pissed at him. But John, gotta give you credit. You are like the magician. You got right out of this. All right, guys. I'm ending this with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman, or a woman that was pregnant, or a woman that had a baby. That's how I'm going to end this. There's a lot of confusion around her. And if there's confusion around her, I feel like she is loopy. She's crazy. She appears normal, but is totally wackadoodle. Whatever this was, it was planned. Not in the way where somebody planned a murder. It was planned to say, you know what, you're the sick one. Go ahead and get sick again and see if I help you. And she might have said it to him. All right, guys. I don't know if I helped. This is not a criminal case, by the way. None of this is a criminal case, by the way. It could become criminal, that's for sure, if they decide to check. It could become criminal. I'm going to tell you what I see, though. I see where whoever this woman is, she's going to get more loopy, because not only is she guilty, spiritually, she is going to get herself, herself is going to be haunted by all of this. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you know you've done something wrong, that's what I feel like is going to happen. I'll just put this one. All right. I'm going to stop here. Upside down. Right? Night. But it's upside down, and it says allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle. Romantic delusions. If y'all don't believe some of the shit that comes out of my mouth, I'm telling you, romance killed this man. And his last romance killed this man. I'm telling you, you don't have to believe me. I don't care. John knows. Thank you for coming, John. Thank you for showing up. It's called the Knight. The Knight, but it came upside down. The Knight. Oh, it's funny. They say see also warrior or rescuer. But it's Knight, and it's the shadow attributes. This is, I believe this. Manifest, shadow Knight, manifest an absence of honor, chivalry, or loyalty to a questionable ruler or principle. She no longer had loyalty to him. Also, the Knight, which represents John, looked for a pattern of service to others that straddles the line between self-sacrifice and self-neglect. That is John. When John is in his movie-making essence, he neglects himself. So, you guys don't have to believe me. The Knight came up upside down, and it's an allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle and romantic delusions. So sad. Any questions before I go, guys? Any questions? Email me for your own personal reading at Traceybrownlive@gmail.com. Check out my website to order your beauty kits. It's called IamBeauty. It will be sold 2 for $25, and just go in the corner and press shop. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know YouTube wound up with the audio, so I apologize that YouTube froze, but sometimes when spiritual energy comes through, I have no idea why things happen the way they happen. So we're just going to accept the visual and then the audio. Yes, I apologize for YouTube with the screen being frozen. I apologize. Are you guys good? No questions? Thank you for putting up with me. Oh, you're welcome, C. Davis. Thank you for putting up with me. Email me for your own personal reading, Traceybrownlive@gmail.com. IamBeauty. IamBeauty. 2 for $25. Go for it. Thank you, guys. This is the first of many products. I will not stop here. We're going to introduce every few months the next product, and the next product I'm working on. Thank you, guys. Thank you, YouTube. Oh my goodness. Please don't lose me. Please go through.
Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicles Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes, look at you.
So there's been a lot of back and forth within Trina's team regarding an apparent beef between Trina and Nicki Minaj not completing a video for the song that she and Trina has called Baps. Well, day before yesterday, Trina went on her Instagram to let us know that she will finally address it. Child, she had us waiting all day for her response. Well, right before midnight, Trina posted this.
First of all, company, all you got to keep my name out your mouth.
I do not need no spokesperson no mediator, no translator to speak for Trina. I know how to speak for myself. Everybody knows that.
I don't need nobody to tell the world what they feel, their opinions, all of that. Opinions, just like everybody have one. So when you decide to speak for yourself. Do not include my name. That goes for anybody. Do not speak my name without approval. Do not speak my name without approval. If you're on my team, if you surround anybody that surrounds me, everybody knows that. You have to get approval to speak my name. You're out of pocket. This is my situation. This is my issue. This is my album. This is my brand. This is my name. I built it from the ground up. Therefore, I will do anything necessary to protect that. Everybody that has something to say, whatever you have to say, whatever you felt like you wanted to say, however you feel, I'm not going to sit here and allow or accept you to be disrespectful to nobody that contributed to my album. I put out a great body of work. I put out an amazing album. I worked extremely hard. There's no major, there's no nothing. It was just Trina, the grind, my relationship, and my name, my brand. Every feature on my album are people that believed in me, that did favors for me. I didn't pay for these features. They were favors. You know what a favor is? That means I want you. That's why I did this favor. I'm not here for the blame game. I'm not here. I don't do the messy publicity stunts, the public, all that shit. I don't do that. I'm not an internet thug or Twitter fingers. I don't do all that. I'm not gonna play the blame game. I'm gonna take full responsibility from everything that came from my side. This is my project, my album. I'm gonna stand on 10 toes and deal with that. It's a lot of stuff that's going on. Everybody's frustrated. Everybody has an opinion, and you're entitled to that. But you're not gonna disrespect nobody. Another female artist, you're not gonna disrespect Nicki Minaj or nobody else that's on my album. Because these people did this off my face and my favor. They did it because my relationship with them. I don't appreciate, I don't condone, I don't give the approval for anybody, and no man, stay out of girl shit. Don't come sideways talking about anything that has to do with women business. I'm a boss. My face is clean on the streets. I pay my dues, my tithes, everything I gotta do, I make sure it's done. This album, I did it on my own. And this business is called business. All business ain't good business. Some business is bad business. I feel like right now, I did bad business. That's my fault. That's nobody else's fault. I gotta take the rap for that. I gotta take the L for that. But I'm not taking no losses. I'm a fucking mad Sean and make everything I said happen. That's what I do. I don't ask for handouts. I don't ask for nobody to do nothing for me. Whatever it is, you know it's a 100 when it comes with me. So, this whole Nicki Minaj video situation, this isn't about Nicki Minaj in the video. I had a 45-minute conversation on the phone with Nicki Minaj about business, about my record, about this song, about everything. It's not about a video. It's bigger than a video. The video is just a portion of what's happening. This is more about making sure the business is right, making sure the radio is right, making sure the record is doing whatever it needs to be doing on radio. I had this conversation with my team, full out, full-fledged. Everybody understands this. Everybody understood this. There was never a discussion that the video was never going to be done. That wasn't a discussion that we had. The discussion was more so about the business. I respect that. She did her part. It's up to me and my team to do our part. That's how I feel about it. This is my project. I worked 6 years for this. I don't expect nobody, not Nick, not nobody else on the album, not my team, not nobody to do what I need to be done for my project. My team speaking out, my team got so much to say. I'm going to take the blame for my team because guess what? Me and my team, we dropped the ball. Bad business is what's causing all of this havoc to happen. All of this nonsense, all of this drama, this feeling, this personal, everybody got an opinion. That's what it is. It's bad business. It has nothing to do with any artist that's featured on my album. It has something to do with me trusting people that let me down. I gotta fix that. I gotta deal with that. I gotta stand up 10 toes down in the ground for that because it's my name. I'm not looking for no handouts. I don't want no pity on the back. I don't want nobody around me to feel sorry. This is about pressing forward. It's not about what happened. It's not about any of that. But you're not going to be a part of my team. You're not going to be around me. You're not going to be with me and speak out for me. Let me speak out for me. Let me say, it's a lot of shit that's going on. It's so much that's going on. It's not all, it's nothing good. I've been posting shit for weeks. I got real shit I'm dealing with. Personal, real shit that's way bigger than this album. I could care less about any of this that's happening right now. But if you're a part of my team, and if you're with me, and if you rock it for me, and if you're really with me, you're not going to do none of this devilish, foolish, clownery shit. We're not going to do that. That's not Trina. We don't roll like that. And I don't have time to go back and forth with this addressing this. I'm way too busy for all of this. I'm way too busy focusing on how to fix all of this that's messed up. The only person that's taking all the blame, that's got to deal with any of it, is me. The only person that put up any money to make sure all this happened is me. The only person that has to deal with my whole business situation, this album, this whole project. This is not about Nicki Minaj and no video. This is about Trina, the album, a business deal gone bad. A business situation that's gone terribly bad. What do you do about it? You fix it. You either swim or you sink. Out of all the frustration with anybody, if you say you're my team, there's a way to be frustrated. You don't be frustrated and you come publicly and you speak out your frustration and you be disrespectful. That's not what I'm going to allow or accept on any fucking day. Everybody knows that. It took so much for me to even get on this live to even address, because I don't owe nobody any fucking explanation about anything that I do. Everything that I've done it on my own. Everybody that had to be in this whole situation with me, from my team to everybody that knows me, I'm making all good deals. My face is clean. I'm trying to make sure everybody is good. The situation that I got myself in is, and I'm gonna get myself out of this. We're not gonna talk about this no more. There is no beef between me and Nicki Minaj. There will be no disrespect for Nicki Minaj or nobody else that's on my album. I appreciate each and every artist that took the initiative to be a part of this The One album. Rico Love gave his all for me. Every artist that came out to do this album for me, they didn't charge me. I appreciate that. Anything else that's going on within that and around that, let me deal with that. Everybody else that's outside of that, keep your mouth shut. And everybody and anybody and all of y'all that are dragging my name through the mud, dirtying my name, my face without me saying a word, you can through a straw. And I mean that. I'm a real bitch and I don't play those games. I don't play those games at all. Period. Everybody knows that. Keep my name out your mouth. Have a good night. The One is out now.
I'll tell you, this video showed me that Trina is definitely a grown woman and she's about hers. You can honestly count the beef that she's had in this industry on one hand, and to be in the game for over 20 years, that's very rare to say. What I need you guys to do is leave a comment. Tell me what you think about Trina's reaction to the apparent beef that everyone was saying she had with Nicki Minaj. And you know how we do, we'll talk about it down below. Now, before I end this video, I want to tell you about a company called Ash Kicking. Now, you know your girl Chronicles would not promote a company without doing one of those thorough Chronicle Speaks investigations, honey, and Ash Kicking definitely passed the test. Y'all make sure to check out ashkicking.com for one of the best 100% natural home fragrance and beauty products, honey, and use my code Chronicles at checkout for an extra 15% off just for you. Also, make sure to check out X Moisture, which is a 100% organic moisturizer that destroys all your skin problems. Eczema, dry skin, rosacea, you name it, they got you covered. They also have before and after pictures. Check them out at www.xmoisture.com and tell them your girl Chronicles sent you. And before you go, don't forget to hit the bell for notifications, like this video, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Daytime tea time with Candace. It's time to pour this tea, stir this tea, and sip this tea. Let's get right into it.
Alright everybody, welcome to Daytime Tea Time. If you're new to my channel, my name is Candace. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will always know when I upload. Alright you guys, we're about to talk about a very, very sensitive subject. Colin Kaepernick, police brutality and racial injustice. And most recently, Jay-Z partnering with the NFL for activism and music. And people are very upset. Jay-Z is being dragged, he is being called every name in the book. A lot of people, a lot of celebrities really feel like Jay-Z is just doing this for the money. We all know his famous line from his song, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman." And that is a quote that everybody is running with, basically saying that Jay-Z's only doing this for the money. So Jay-Z and the National Football League Commissioner Roger Goodell held a joint media session at the Roc Nation office in New York. And a lot of people are offended by the things that Jay-Z said during this press conference. Check this out, and then I'm coming back with some more.
I think the biggest issue people have is they want to know how you could partner with a league on social justice when Colin Kaepernick, who brought it to the attention of the masses by peacefully protesting against social injustices, is still out of a job.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that I think we take it back. I think that we forget that Colin's whole thing was to bring attention to social injustice, correct? So in that case, right, this is a success, right? This is the next thing, right? Because there's two parts of protesting. You go outside and you protest, and then the company or the individual say, "I hear you. What do we do next?" Right? So for me, it was like actionable item. What are we gonna do with it? Like everyone heard, and we hear what you're saying, and everybody know I agree with what you're saying. So what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So reach millions and millions of people, or we get stuck on Colin not having a job. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, would you hear what you're saying?
What?
Would you hear what you're saying?
Okay, I think we passed kneeling. Yeah, I think it's time to go into actionable items.
You want people to stop football?
No, I don't want people to stop protesting at all. Kneeling, I know we're stuck on it because it's a real thing, but it's a form of protest. I support protests across the board. We need to bring light to the issue. I think everyone knows what the issue is. And we're done with that. Everyone knows what you know what the issue is? You know why we were kneeling? Okay, do you know the issue? Yeah, do you know the issue? Yes? We all know the issue now. Okay, next. What are we moving on next? And I'm not, again, so to be clear for the room, I'm not minimizing that part of it because that has to happen. That's a necessary part of the process. But now we all know what's going on. What are we going to do? How are we going to stop? Because the kneeling was not about a job. It was about injustice. Let me bring attention to injustice. Everyone's saying, how are you going forward? And Cap doesn't have a job. This wasn't about him having a job. Right? That became part of it. That became part of the discussion. He was kneeling to bring attention to injustice. You know what it is. Now, how do we address that injustice? What's the way forward? Does anyone else in here, anyone have any other suggestions of what's the way forward?
Everybody knows what it is now. It's how we move on from kneeling. The Cap didn't work. They just kneel. I mean, he was working with the communities and he was doing stuff beyond just bringing awareness to it. Why don't you bring him into this initiative? Do you plan to involve him?
No, you have to ask him. I'm not his boss. But I can't just bring him into something. He has to, that's for him to say. And you speak about it as if it's in the past tense. You say he did more and he was. Yeah. He's, huh? Yeah, so he's currently doing action items. Right? That's his version of action item. This is our version of the action item. We all do different things and we all work differently for the same results. I don't knock what he's doing and hopefully he doesn't knock what I'm doing.
Have you talked to him about bringing him into this project?
Oh, yeah, we had a conversation.
Okay, you guys, so you heard that and you saw that. Now that is the visual clip of this press conference that's making its rounds around social media. And people are very upset, and rightfully so. I believe that a lot of people are upset by, number one, the things that Jay-Z said and the way he said it. For instance, he says, are we gonna worry about millions of people or are we gonna worry about Colin Kaepernick having a job? I don't know about you guys, but I completely understand what he's saying. But the way he said it is rubbing people the wrong way. And then when he was asked, would you kneel or would you stand? And then the look on his face was like, okay, I think we're past kneeling. And then you can hear somebody chuckling and laughing.
Okay, I think we passed kneeling. Yeah, I think it's time to go into actionable items.
And then you can clearly see that he's laughing and giggling, but then he tries to straighten up and make a straight face like he's serious. This is the National Football League Commissioner Roger Goodell laughing. Like, come on, man, this is not a laughing matter.
I think everyone knows what the issue is. And we're done with that. I think everyone knows what the issue is. And we're done with that. Everyone knows what you know what the issue is? You know why we were kneeling? Okay, do you know the issue? Yeah, do you know the issue? Yes? We all know the issue now. Okay, next. What are we moving on next? And I'm not
Again, I understand what Jay-Z is saying, but the way in which he said it, you hear somebody chuckling after he says it, he's kind of like, we're past kneeling. The statement he's saying is true. Something needs to be done to stop police brutality. But with Jay-Z, it's the way he's saying it, it's the people around him chuckling. It just takes away from the message and it's rubbing me the wrong way, it's rubbing you the wrong way, and I just wish Jay-Z's delivery would have been different. But let's take our feelings out of it. What Jay-Z is saying is correct. It's time to do action. It's time to do something. The kneeling was the protest. Now what is the government gonna do? What are we as a people gonna do? What are the police academies gonna do to prevent police brutality and racial injustice? And the NFL, if you understand the movement, all of those NFL players that you fired, are you gonna hire them back? Are you gonna pay them all the money that they lost when you fired them? Sir, since you're laughing and chuckling while Jay-Z is talking, what actions are going to be made? It's a situation where Jay-Z's message is lost in his delivery, and it was definitely lost when the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is sitting there laughing. Nothing is funny about people losing their lives unfairly at the hands of police. So yeah, I mean, bear with me, you guys, because I'm having a hard time explaining what I'm thinking because I'm so emotional right now. Because Colin Kaepernick's movement was so important, and the drama surrounding Jay-Z is taking away from that, and it's pissing me off. But okay, let me try to move forward. So Jay-Z mentioned that he had spoken to Colin Kaepernick.
Have you talked to him about bringing him into this project?
Oh, we had a conversation.
So Jay-Z says that he had a conversation with Colin about bringing him into this project, and then there was media spreading misinformation, basically trying to say that Jay-Z included Colin. But then Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, Nessa, she wrote on Twitter that that's not true. If you guys don't know who Nessa is, she works for Hot 97. She's Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, and she went off on Twitter. She wrote on Twitter saying, "This is a lie. Colin never spoke to Jay-Z and the NFL ahead of that deal being done. They never included him in any discussions." And then she retweeted this saying, "Jay-Z let this happen. Any social injustice partnership with the NFL that excludes Kaepernick not only takes owners off the hook for whiteballing him, but it essentially steals his work and hands it to the NFL." And Nessa feels like Jay-Z allowed that to happen. I mean, she said so much, you guys. She said, "I never thought I would see this headline in my lifetime. I can't put into words the disappointment and the disgust. I'm with Cap forever. Jay-Z helps the NFL banish Colin Kaepernick." Celebrities like J. Cole, they're standing with Kaepernick. Eric Reed as well, Ava DuVernay as well. And then Colin Kaepernick tweeted this. He said, "Today marks the 3-year anniversary of the first time I protested systemic oppression. I continue to work and stand with the people in our fight for oppression, for liberation, despite those who try to erase the movement. The movement has always lived with the people." And then he posted a video that I cannot show, but it is a video literally showing the cops shooting down black people. Not just shooting down black people, defenseless black people who are not a threat, black people who have their back turned, black people who have no weapons. So go to Colin Kaepernick's Twitter if you would like to see that video. I cannot show it here on YouTube, but please go look at it. And the discussion is everywhere, you guys. It's in the news. A lot of people are confused. Is Jay-Z doing this for money, for financial gain, or is he doing this to make true and honest change? Because on one hand, Jay-Z is saying he's doing this for activism, to help the fight of police brutality and racial injustice. But let's be honest, the NFL, we know what they want. They want celebrities, singers, and rappers to stop boycotting the NFL, to stop boycotting the Super Bowl. A lot of celebrities just will not perform at the Super Bowl because they stand so strongly with Colin Kaepernick and the movement. So they got Jay-Z to get on their side to have a discussion so that people can look and say, "Oh, Jay-Z is with the NFL, so I'm with the NFL too." But that's just not happening, at least not right now. And I know you guys like to know my personal opinion, and honestly, I'm so torn because emotionally, I just don't completely understand it. I truly want to believe that Jay-Z wants to do good. He is a businessman at the end of the day, so we know he's making a good coin. But between him and Beyonce, we don't have that many celebrities standing up for black people. And they are two of the main celebrities that always do it. You guys saw Beyonce at the Super Bowl, bringing awareness to us. And Jay-Z boycotted the NFL at one point. In his song with Beyonce, Ape Shit, he says, "Once I said no to the Super Bowl, you need me, I don't need you. Every night we in the end zone. Tell the NFL we in stadiums too." So I know that Jay-Z and Beyonce are with the movement, but the way that press conference went and the things Jay-Z said and the way, most importantly, the way he said it, I feel his message isn't getting across properly. I don't want to be a negative person and say Jay-Z's just doing it for the money, but all I'm saying is that I hope that in time, he truly, properly articulates himself in a way that shows that he does care about the movement. Because at the end of the day, you guys, to solve problems, sometimes you do need to sit with the person you don't agree with so that you both can talk and understand each other. So I do want to believe that that's what Jay-Z's trying to do.
I'm seeing things happen to people that don't have a voice.
When he took that knee, he took the knee for my child.
49ers quarterback knelt instead of standing during the national anthem at last night's games.
I appreciate that he used his platform to reach so many people. He took a knee for the people.
People that don't have a platform to talk and have their voices heard and affect change.
We should have come to protest because y'all are treating us wrongly. We do this because we need to have rights.
One of the greatest things is to see your child hurt and knowing there's nothing you can do.
My prayer overall is for change to be made in Jesus' name. There's so many people who lost their lives to police brutality. Defenseless people, people with no guns, people saying, I can't breathe, and getting killed. Ooh, I told myself I wasn't gonna cry because I know y'all about to make fun of me in the comment section, but I wanted this to be real because I got 3 daughters, okay? I got 3 kids. I got 3 girls and I don't want this to happen to them. I don't. Jesus. So I just feel like in the media, all of us, we're making this Jay-Z don't care about black people. We need to talk about solutions. What's the solution? Because I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't even know how to end this video. I just want to say, let's just pray for change. Let's pray for change. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.
An unarmed man was subjected to a chokehold, and the result is he is no longer with us.
As he spoke, Garner's wife collapsing by his side. At issue is whether Garner was placed in a chokehold, a tactic banned by New York City police.
Hell no. The time for remorse would have been when my husband was yelling to breathe. That would have been the time for him to show some type of remorse or some type of care for another human being's life. When he was screaming 11 times that he can't breathe. So there's nothing that him or his prayers or anything else would make me feel any different. No, I don't accept his apology. No, I could care less about his condolences. No, I could care less. He's still working. He's still getting a paycheck. He's still feeding his kids. And my husband is 6 feet under. And I'm looking for a way to feed my kids now.
You're watching Daytime Tea Time with Candace. It's time to pour this tea, stir this tea, and sip this tea. Let's get right into it.
Alright you guys, the topic of this video are 2 female rappers, Trina and Nicki Minaj. As you all know, there's been rumors going around that they have some type of beef going on regarding their song Bass. Everybody has shared their opinions on it. Trina's management has spoken out about it. Myself, bloggers, everybody has spoken. But now it is Trina's turn to speak her piece. She has made it very clear that she does not want anybody to disrespect Nicki Minaj or anybody else on her album. And she also made it very clear that she does not want anybody to speak her name unless they have her permission. I personally do not have her permission, so I will definitely honor her wishes and I will not speak my opinion on this situation. Here is Trina's official response to the rumors about her being in a beef with Nicki Minaj.
First of all, I'm gonna need all of y'all to keep my name out y'all mouth. That's first of all. I do not need no spokesperson, no mediator, no translator to speak for Trina. I know how to speak for myself. Everybody knows that. I don't need nobody to tell the world what they feel, their opinions, all of that. Opinions, just like assholes. Everybody have one. So when you decide to speak for yourself. Do not include my name. That goes for anybody. Do not speak my name without approval. Do not speak my name without approval. If you're on my team, if you're around me, if you surround anybody that surrounds me, everybody knows that. You have to to get approval to speak my name, you're out of pocket. This is my situation. This is my issue. This is my album. This is my brand. This is my name. I build it from the ground up. Therefore, I will do anything necessary to protect that. Everybody that has something to say, whatever you have to say, whatever you felt like you wanted to say, however you feel, I'm not going to sit here and allow or accept you to be disrespectful to nobody that contributed to my album. I put out a great body of work. I put out an amazing album. I worked extremely hard. There's no major, there's no nothing. It was just Trina, the grind, my relationship, and my name, my brand. Every feature on my album are people that believed in me, that did favors for me. I didn't pay for these features. They were favors. You know what a favor is? That means I fuck with you. That's why I did this favor. I'm not here for the blame game. I'm not here. I don't do the messy publicity stunts, the public, all that shit. I don't do that. I'm not an internet thug, the Twitter fingers. I don't do all that. I'm not gonna play the blame game. I'm gonna take full responsibility for everything that came from my side. This is my project, my album. I'm gonna stand on 10 toes and deal with that. It's a lot of stuff that's going on. Everybody's frustrated. Everybody has an opinion, and you're entitled to that. But you're not gonna disrespect nobody. Another female artist, you're not gonna disrespect Nicki Minaj or nobody else that's on my album. Because these people did this off my face in my favor. They did it because my relationship with them. I don't appreciate, I don't condone, I don't give the approval for anybody, and no man, stay out of girl shit. Don't come sideways talking about anything that has to do with women business. I'm a boss. My face is clean on the streets. I pay my dues, my time, everything I gotta do, I make sure it's done. This album, I did it on my own. In this business, it's called business. All business ain't good business. Some business is bad business. I feel like right now, I did bad business. That's my fault. That's nobody else's fault. I gotta take the rap for that. I gotta take the L for that. But I'm not taking no losses. I'm a fucking man shown to make everything I said happen. That's what I do. I don't ask for handouts. I don't ask for nobody to do nothing for me. Whatever it is, you know it's 100 when it comes with me. So, this whole Nicki Minaj video situation, this isn't about Nicki Minaj in the video. I had a 45-minute conversation on the phone with Nicki Minaj about business, about my record, about this song, about everything. It's not about a video. This is bigger than a video. The video is just a portion of what's happening. This is more about making sure the business is right, making sure the radio is right, making sure the record is doing whatever it needs to be doing on radio. I had this conversation with my team, full out, full-fledged. Everybody understands this. Everybody understood this. There was never a discussion that the video was never going to be done. That wasn't a discussion that we had. The discussion was more so about the business. I respect that. She did her part. It's up to me and my team to do our part. That's how I feel about it. This is my project. I worked 6 years for this. I don't expect nobody, not Nick, not nobody else on the album, not my team, not nobody to do what I need to be done for my project. My team speaking out, my team got so much to say. I'm going to take the blame for my team because guess what? Me and my team, we dropped the ball. Bad business is what's causing all of this havoc to happen. All of this nonsense, all of this drama, this feelings, this personal, everybody got an opinion. sorry. This is about pressing forward. It's not about what happened. It's not about any of that. But you're not going to be a part of my team. You're not going to be around me. You're not going to be with me and speak out for me. Let me speak out for me. Let me say, it's a lot of shit that's going on. It's so much that's going on. It's not all, it's nothing good. I've been posting shit for weeks. I got real shit I'm dealing with. Personal, real shit that's way bigger than this album. I can care less about any of this that's happening right now. But if you're a part of my team, and if you're with me, and if you're rocking for me, and if you're really with me, you're not gonna do none of this devilish, foolish clownery shit. We're not gonna do that. That's not straight up. We don't roll like that. And I don't have time to go back and forth with this addressing this. I'm way too busy for all of this. I'm way too busy focusing on how to fix all of this that's messed up. The only person that's taking all the blame that's got to deal with any of it is me. The only person that put up any money to make sure all this happened is me. The only person that has to deal with my whole business situation, this album, this whole project. This is not about Nicki Minaj and no video. This is about Trina, the album, a business deal gone bad. A business situation that's gone terribly bad. What do you do about it? You fix it. You either swim or you sink. Out of all the frustration with anybody, if you say you're my team, there's a way to be frustrated. You don't be frustrated and you come publicly and you speak out your frustration and you be disrespectful. That's not what I'm gonna allow or accept on any fucking day. Everybody knows that. It took so much for me to even get on this live to even address all, because I don't owe nobody any fucking explanation about anything that I do. Everything that I've done it on my own. Everybody that had to be in this whole situation with me, from my team to everybody that knows me, I'm making all good deals. My face is clean. I'm trying to make sure everybody is good. The situation that I got myself in is, and I'm gonna get myself out of this. We're not gonna talk about this no more. There is no beef between me and Nicki Minaj. There will be no disrespect for Nicki Minaj or nobody else that's on my album. I appreciate each and every artist that took the initiative to be a part of this The One album. Rico Love gave his all for me. Every artist that came out to do this album for me, they didn't charge me. I appreciate that. Anything else that's going on within that and around that, let me deal with that. Everybody else that's outside of that, keep your fucking mouth shut. And everybody and anybody and all of y'all that are dragging my name through the mud, dirtying my name, my face without me saying a word, you can suck my ass through a straw. And I mean that. I'm a real bitch and I don't play those games. I don't play those games at all. Period. Everybody knows that. Keep my name out your mouth. Have a good fucking night. The One is out now.
All right, so y'all heard that. Trina said keep her name out your mouth and make sure y'all stream her album, The One. I don't want to smoke with Trina, so I'm not saying nothing. My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. But y'all can comment down below what y'all think. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, all right? Bye.
Daytime tea time with Candace. It's time to pour this tea, stir this tea, and sip this tea. Let's get right into it.
Alright, you guys, we're about to talk about the newest episode of Queen Radio, which was very, very messy. This episode was supposed to feature rapper Megan Thee Stallion, but Nicki Minaj let it be known that she will not be there. Nicki didn't explain why, she just said she won't be there. A lot of fans are speculating if Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion had some type of falling out, but we don't know just yet.
First of all, Megan is not going to be here. And that's that on that. That's that on that.
Joe Budden. If you don't know who Joe Budden is, he is a rapper who's most known for his shows Everyday Struggle and State of the Culture. 2 shows in which Joe Budden is very, very opinionated about celebrity news. Well, Nicki Minaj had to check Joe Budden about a few things he said about her. I have so much that I want to say about this Joe Budden versus Nicki Minaj thing, but I'm gonna save it for another video because this one is gonna be long enough as it is. I feel Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden are very, very similar in personality, which made their conversation / argument very entertaining. I'm gonna go ahead and insert that entire conversation so you guys just enjoy, and I will catch you in the next video.
Don't drop no fucking bonbons and shit.
So, now.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. So when we spoke, one of the things we wanted to clear up, the Barbs really hate Joe Budden. Oh, I love reading these tweets. Joe Budden's
the therapist says that no matter the hate, it's always my job to lead with compassion. That's what the therapist tells me. So.
Okay. Well, listen to this. Well, listen to this.
I'm gonna let that one marinate for a second.
First of all, one of the things we're gonna address with Joe Budden is the amount of times that he has called me a liar about stuff that I wasn't lying about. And I said the other day when I spoke to you, I said, you know, I'm a lot of things, but liar is not one of them. For the most part, I love to tell exactly what happened, and that's actually why a lot of times I don't speak on things.
Okay.
Because I don't like speaking on things if I can't speak on things thoroughly. So, my thing is, one of the things you recently said was that you said on your show you guys said that, oh, I know Nikki, she's a businesswoman. She didn't do that live if she didn't already have that record done.
Okay.
The Hot Girl Summer record done.
Yeah,
right?
We definitely said that.
And I said, well, I clearly said, you guys, I didn't have a clue about it. I was on live discussing the Megatron. Ooh, what's also interesting, Boof, is today I have to pick the Megatron winner.
Yes, you do.
Chill. Please make sure I don't forget, Boof. And let me ask y'all something. What makes you think that was a planned live and that we already had a song done and that was bad, you know, which from the West, Nikki planning stuff and being calculated and stuff? I really want to know. Tell me.
I don't think we said it in a negative way. I think we said it was good marketing.
Yeah, no, I don't think you.
I thought it was a great rollout for a record.
I don't think you guys said it in a negative way, but I always am interested. Can we take this? Yeah, thank you. But I'm always interested to just know, especially with articulate people who, you know, articulate people anyway, makes you think that the record had to have been in the can if I went on live with her.
I think I probably was the one that said I thought the record was done right after that. I said by the time we recorded, I was like, the record is done. Because that was probably like 2 or 3 days after when we recorded. That y'all went on live. I saw the record is done by now, for sure. But it just seemed that way. It was like the live scene didn't seem like it was planned. Like you almost didn't even know how to add her at one point.
Okay, but Joe said he still thinks.
I think that you are more brand aware than that line leads to believe. I think you've carried yourself to be more conscious of not only your stardom, but your impact on other people's careers, especially new artists. So to see that and for it to come off as organic as y'all would have us believe, because then y'all went into telling us exactly how organic it was. And that is music industry 101 for me. So when I look at new artist Meg running around on promo with Kev, with Megastar U, with random Insta Live, of course you can understand how that looks.
How does that look?
It looks like y'all might have a record in the can already.
Okay, so let me go ahead and say it once again. I went on live to discuss the Megatron winners. While I was on my live, I started seeing a bunch of people telling me to go on live with this woman. And I'm like, what is, am I missing something here? And then Megan came on my live and started saying, oh my gosh, you don't know how to do it. Because I was like, I don't know. I don't see anything popping up. How do I do it? And then finally they explained it to me. And then I got on live with her. And then she said many things. I said many things. And then at one point in live, I said, okay, what's next on the agenda? What needs to be discussed? And she spoke about her song. I said, who's on the song? She said, Ty Dolla $ign. I said, okay. And she was like, yeah, and that's because, somebody was too busy. And she pointed at me. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like basically hinting at the fact that she wanted me to get on this song and that she had maybe hit a booth and stuff like that. And I was like, that's not the case. I didn't hear about that. I don't know about that. And anyway, so then when we got off live, I spoke to Juicy J and the other person who wrote, I think, the hook with Ty Dolla $ign, Derek. And I said, you know what? Let me hear the song. And this was very late because it was LA time even for me, and it was already late by my time. So it had to be, by the time we got off live, it had to be like 2 o'clock in the morning. But when I heard the song, I loved the song, and I just wrote the song right then and there. Right then and there. The boy Derek was there. Juicy J was, back and forth with us on the phone. And then I was about to record it, and I said, you know what? Give me like 4 or 5 hours for my voice to stop sounding like a man. And then I just, recorded it. So that's exactly what happened. So explain to me, because it's great to have people that think like you, especially you, Joe, because you've been saying things like that about me for years and years and years. And even when I express the truth and say it verbatim over and over and over, he and other people like him will go on.
There are other people like me.
He and a couple other people will still go on their platform and say, Nicki's lying.
I don't think that's fair.
It always gives the illusion that Nicki Minaj is so powerful that she must be lying. She secretly has a big castle and where she has a thing where she controls the world, and it's like it's crazy, because sometimes I wish that I were that person that they thought I was.
So you don't think it's
I mean, but
let's say we take your word as the truth, right?
Okay.
That video got turned around quickly. Explain it.
Even after I said what I said, he is still interrogating me.
You asked me to.
Wait, but I think this is a real great conversation to do a case study on. Even after I've said over and over what really happened, he's still insinuating that there's no way, because now there's a new reason.
Nicki Minaj is inserting words in my mouth. Prior to speaking to you, I went on my platform and said what I believe. Then I spoke to you and you said what happened. Then I come here and you say to explain why I think that. So that's what I did. I don't see how you could think somebody couldn't think that. I'm taking your word for it. People don't have the luxury of being able to reach out to you or speak to you and get it directly from the horse's mouth. No?
But what makes everyone else be able to give their side of the story, and people are so ready to believe them, because maybe they have more about you, in your opinion, maybe they have a low IQ, so it's easier for you to believe them. But what makes y'all, when y'all think a woman is intelligent or powerful, think that, no, this is calculated, she's trying to fool us, she's trying to trick us.
Oh no.
Wait,
time out, let me say before you continue. You are personalizing that. I think that the music industry is calculated.
Yeah, I think rollouts are smoke and mirrors.
I think that the music industry makes its way on, like Rory just said, smoke and mirrors. Great that you've worked yourself to a position where that doesn't apply to you, but that is how the music industry runs.
But you do apply that to me often. What is the reason that me would have to say, I went and made up this story, there was this song already done, I wanted to promote it, so I pretended I didn't know how to go on live, and we already had the song done, and the video happened a week later, But that was such a quick turnaround that it actually must be that the song was done for a few weeks, and we decided a new way how to roll out a song, which is pretend you don't know how to be on live, then go on live, and then have the other person say, hey, get on my live, and then y'all both get on live and say, hey, friend, and like.
Hey, I would just like to interject and say that we are in an age where all the artists try to do is come up with new ways to roll things out. You saying that like it's crazy, and that's what we look at every day.
But the reason why my fans don't like you and haven't liked you for years,
which isn't fair.
You do not. Wait, hold on. You do not accuse everyone of that. So when you say everyone does this, you do not accuse every artist of making random shit up to put out a song or lying, and even when they explain themselves, still go on a platform and say, no, she's lying, they're lying. Like,
let me interject. If not said, it's certainly alluded to. I don't switch up. Just not too long ago, I said that Kevin Lowndes is running around with Meg Thee Stallion. I said,
what that got to do with me lying about something that I just explained 3 times?
No, I'm talking about the music industry and how it's run. You keep personalizing it, saying I said something about you, and I'm just talking about the music industry. And that applies to not just you, but I've said that about pretty much all the people we've spoken about on my platform. I don't change the rules. I don't move the goalposts. That don't happen with me. That's why it's me.
Well, I love the record. It's a hit. It's out here.
Thank you.
Well, we all came on here and said positive things.
All complimented it, and to the point, I don't think we used the word liar. I think we were complimenting the rollout and how effective it was.
She said I said that to her.
I don't think y'all understand. I'm not saying that y'all said anything in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that it's a great case study.
Gotcha.
Because it happens often.
Yeah.
When I say something.
But you gotta understand why.
Why?
Nicki Minaj. And when you're at the top, people, and you don't give people a lot. Like, you don't sit down with a lot of people like that. So people like to formulate their own opinions, hoping that you respond because they want your attention. That happens a lot, like especially, and that just comes with being so in a position of power.
Is it just specific to Nicki the way she says it?
A lot of times it is.
It's specific to the top.
But so you went on your show and did a whole thing that you pulled out your ass about how the Soul Motorsport came about, even though I said several times how it came about. So if you want to talk about specific, I can sit up here and give you 5 specific moments.
Nikki,
so let's talk. Let's start with it. And I'm saying that when I say what the fuck it is, that's what the fuck it is. And when someone and my point is, when you say it's not specific to me, and there are many times when it's been specific to me, then that makes absolutely no sense. So another example is when I explained how motorsport came about. And you were one of the people who, I believe, it might have been you and your sidekick Academics.
He's not my sidekick.
And y'all went on, and this was at a time where I wasn't addressing things.
But you're incorrect, by the way.
No, I'm gonna finish. You went on your platform and said she didn't know this other bitch was on the record. You said it.
I said,
and you said it. No, I'm gonna get to the other things that you said.
Here we go.
You said that. Now that is again implying that I'm lying. When I sat and said exactly how the song came about, that I was asked, and I still have the text messages, can this person be put on the song? And my response was, yeah, let's do it. That was my response. And you still went and said, and I think your sidekick, Alvin the Chipmunk, Academics, I'm not sure. Hold on. That was your sidekick. That was your sidekick at the time. Y'all went and told the world Nicki Minaj because Nicki Minaj is lying. She did it. So on one hand, Nicki Minaj is the all-powerful, all-knowing, all this, all that. Wait, hold up. But on the other hand, I'm not. But on the other hand, I'm that powerful that a whole record company could put a whole person on a record, clear the record, and I don't know who's on it.
No, I didn't. That's stupid.
That's what you.
No.
Whoa.
I said more.
But let's deal with that. After we deal with that, we're gonna get to everything else you said. I want you to think about something. I'm this powerful. But you said, I didn't know another bitch was on the song, and then I got mad. But I'm the all-powerful Queen Bee, right? You really think somebody could put a song out with Onika Tanya Mirage, and I don't know who on the song?
No, I don't. Which is why I don't know why.
Well, that's what you said. That's what DJ Boo. Do you remember when he said that among other things?
You asking your friends
DJ Boo.
to answer it.
No. Do y'all remember when he said that?
Honestly, I never watched that show.
Relax.
I never did.
Relax.
I never did.
Oh, the one with his sidekick?
I never watched that.
The one with his sidekick? Oh, okay.
Nick.
Go ahead. But don't talk out of it. Talk into it so that we can deal with it and move on.
No, because I see what you like to do.
Okay.
You like to corner people into a point when the point is much broader than that. Not just in this motorsport instance, but all Joe ever wants to do is use foresight and prophesize and guess, right?
The word is prophesy, and I don't give about foresight, foreskin. I just want to know why you said that.
It's a word, by the way.
You said it wasn't specific to me.
Smith, and that is a word.
You said many times that I lied, that I didn't know another bitch was on a song I was on.
Here's my
and now you want to address it.
Can I ask a question now? Was Nicki Minaj and Cardi B on the motorsport record directing bars at each other?
Nigga, what the fuck? You're not gonna change the subject. I'm asking you a fucking question.
That's the same subject.
No, the fuck it's not.
See, and that's where we go. So me and that.
Oh no, you used to dealing with stupid people, and you're not gonna outsmart me, sweetheart. Let's answer that question. Now you gonna change it to was we throwing bars at each other? What the fuck do that have to do with anything? I said I knew the bitch was on a song. You said she didn't know she was on a song.
Nigga, I don't believe that I said that. If you want to
oh my god.
I don't believe.
Wait, hold on. Let's go to a commercial.
If you ask me,
play a song, boo. Play a song, boo. No, because now I know you're not okay. Now I know you're not okay. Play a song. I'll be back. Uh-oh, guess who's back? Guess who's back? He had to smoke a bigger rat. Okay.
I wish people knew I'm most comfortable in the most uncomfortable predicament.
And so am I. And so am I. And so am I. And what the fuck you won't do? What the fuck you won't do?
Did that ever come?
Oh yes. It's fine.
What the fuck you won't do is disrespect me like I'm stupid. Because you know how intelligent and powerful I am, like you said, right? I'm so powerful, right, Joe?
Or because my mother raised me properly.
Oh, so your mother raised you to accuse people of being on drugs when you've never met them a day in your life?
I've never met you.
When the last time you saw me?
Have I never met you? When I asked you.
When was the last time you saw me?
When I asked you.
When we was recording in Web Studio?
Oh, what do you know? I met you. Holy shit.
Oh, so your mother trained you to accuse people of being on a drug after you met them one time and never saw them for 10 more years? Oh, after the BT cipher. That's what your mother raised you to do?
Okay.
That's what your mother raised you to do?
Nick.
That's what your mother raised you to do?